everybody, ParaPrepper here, coming at you from the Prepper Studios, deep in the heart of the West Texas oil patch. Guess what? As you can tell by what's on the table, today is a little bit of a shop talk, or prepper talk would be a better term. And as always, I am ParaPrepper, and Lil Prepper's behind the scenes.
Hello.
So here's today what we're going to discuss. I got a few emails the other day from one of my videos, which was part one of paracording, which part two is coming probably this evening, and as well as another video, which you'll have to stay tuned to find out. And they were asking the difference between this fid and that fid, and what's the best fids and things. So I decided to do a quick little dirty video and basically break down paracord fids. Now, what I mean by fids is there's three different rough types of fids out there on the market that I actually have bought, used, and know of. And as you can tell, I have pretty much all three here. Now, I'm not going to be plugging any people to buy from. I'm going to let you decide. I will tell you where I got them from. You can go from there. All right, so the first one, as you can tell, is this fid. This is by Tandy Leather. This is a 4-inch fid. Let me stay out of the light. This is the 4-inch fid I got from Hobby Lobby. They're about $6. Though actually, when I bought it for like $3, so you can tell they've gone up. This is brass. As you can tell on the back end, it allows for your paracord to slip in. You twist it on. The difference between, say, this one and the one I'm attached to, which we'll get to next, is you actually have to cut this cord at an angle. And the reason being is this has a very small hole and it allows for a better bite, some people say. Preferably, I don't. I use these when I really need them, but I'm going to show you what has replaced them as of lately here in just a minute. So we're going to take this one and toss it down there. All right, the second one that's on the market today that I know of is called the Steel. This is supposedly surgical steel fids. Same as any of the others, they're handmade. I bought this one online through eBay, and they claim that it won't break or bend or anything like that. Guys, what I'm about to show you in here, well, we'll get to that in a minute. Let's take it one step at a time. So this fid is the same as the other one. You basically screw it on. You've got a hole in the back that's threaded. You just simply melt your cord, slip it in, and that's it. That's all it takes for it. All right, so we're going to put this off the side. We're going to come back to that one in just a minute, and we're going to talk about what's attached to this one. These are aluminum fids. These are not steel. And as you can tell by the markings, let me get into the light here, and you can see in the markings that I use these solely. These are my favorite pieces. Do you see them? All right, come on back over. So, aluminum fids compared to surgical steel. Let's just cut through the myth right now. I have people telling me that surgical steel is the best because it doesn't break, it doesn't bend, it doesn't blah, blah, blah. It's all a sales tactic. I will tell you from personal use, over 70 bracelets, over monkey fists and everything else. Guys, aluminum fids work just as well as surgical steel. Which one's better? That's your personal opinion. But I hate when people say that, hey, this is the way it's got to be. No, that's not how it is. Make it your own personal touch. Surgical steel, to me, I don't use because it's a little too heavy, a little too buttery. I use aluminum because they're lightweight. After tying all day, you can get in, you slip them through. Yes, they do mar, they do scratch. But these two fids are my original fids. And by the way, these came from Mr. Coop at Mr. Coop's Place. You can find him on Facebook. A link is usually in all of my videos because he is one of my best suppliers at these. He's made a few of my jigs I've covered in the past. But to be honest, he hand makes these. They work for me. They haven't broke. They haven't marred. I mean, they don't puncture as easy. They work. Yes, they do scuff up, but geez Louise, that's a good thing. It means you know you're working them. Now I want to show you something else. I had been talking to Mr. Coop again. These are all by Coop. The aluminum ones are. The steel ones I bought on eBay, you can search them. I won't give you a link to the person because due to the fact I've kind of blackballed what he does and how he practices what he does. So that's beside the point. These are the fids I just showed you in the unboxing that I got from Mr. Coop as a present. Now these were a gift. These I did not buy. I'm actually looking at buying at least 2 more. I have 2 right now. I want 4. So I will be buying another set. They are aluminum. They are made exactly the same as these, except for the difference, as you can tell, is they're bent. They're flattened. What does that mean? That these have replaced my copper, my brass ones. These have basically been my go-to without puncturing or cutting the paracord, because these sharp edges, even on the aluminum ones, these sharp edges do have a tendency to puncture the paracord, and it can unmar and it unravel, and that's just not professional. Even as a hobby, you want to keep it somewhat good looking, you know. So these I still use on occasion, but not very much, because I've got these now. All right. So I'm not here to give a review on these. I'm not here for anything else. I'm just explaining what I use, what I prefer, and what I like. And here's the simple truth. If you like surgical steel, or steel to begin with, use it. Don't let me, don't let anybody else discuss anything with you, okay? If you like aluminum, they're on the market as well. Best thing about aluminum is you can have these folded, flattened out, and just go with. I've got about 50 paracord bracelets on these, necklaces, lanyards, and other stuff. They haven't broke on me. So let's just debunk that myth right now. Aluminum, unless you're just freaking hard on them, won't break. Or dull, because trust me, I can puncture my finger with that. But it wouldn't be paracord like, would it? Don't want no blood and sweat in your work, just the sweat. All right. Another cool thing is that right there, these are called extensions. These extensions, you can actually build these to go up to 6 inches. So you can start at one end of your bracelet and go all the way through. And the best thing about it is they're just screw-on pieces. YouTube them, you'll find them. Guys, that's it. I just wanted to get this little Fid Talk out of the way. Aluminum is good, steel is good, brass is good. Make it your own opinion, but one thing is a fact. One thing is a fact. Don't let anybody tell you one is better than the other, because coming from personal experience, they're all the same. Only difference between surgical steel and aluminum is the weight. Guys, from ParaPrepper and Little Prepper, and as always,
happy weaving!